Hello, fellow budgeters. My name is Brandy, and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. And on this channel, we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt. But don't you fret, way more than half of that is our mortgage. Today, we are doing a budget with me and a cash stuffing for the pay cycle of May 22nd through June 4th. So we'll just get started here. We are budgeting that we'll get $3,700 for me and my husband. We both get paid on the same day. And then we have $1,400 left over in our income account, which means we have $5,100 in order to pay these bills. So the bills that we have during this pay cycle are not many. We have my life insurance, our tithe to our church, my student loan, Apple, and Spotify. Apple TV is that. So my life insurance is $35. The tithes to our church is $100. My student loan is $180. Apple TV is $15 and Spotify is $15. Then my husband goes to therapy every week and he has a $10 copay. He gets $20 for spending. $50 is going to go to Christmas, and we put $350 into our savings challenges. So altogether, our bills and our non-negotiables are at $775. Which means we have $4,325 in order to stuff our envelopes and then also have a rollover for next pay cycle, because next pay cycle is one that is going to include a lot of really big bills. So we need a lot of money to roll over. So I'm not going to go over all of these individual numbers. I'm just going to go over how much money we're putting in each binder. Our green binder is like our everyday spending binder, and we're putting $1,121 in there. Our blue binder is our annual fees binder, and we're putting $18 in there. Our pink binder are more like longish, but also shortish term sinking funds, and we're going to put $124 in there. And then our purple binder are our very long term, and we are putting $18 into that binder. So $1,651. So let's go ahead and count that out. That's my calculator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 280, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 40, 50, okay, 240. I counted it wrong. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. And I don't know, we're gonna go through this quickly because there are 71 here. So let's do it fast. Okay. All right, $1,651. Okay, so we're going to start here in our green binder with our everyday spending, and we have groceries, which is going to get $600, and we're doing that in $600 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So altogether, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 900, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. 950 in groceries. gas, we have increased this, so we're now putting in 250. So we have 200, 220, 240, and 250. So we now have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, $310 in gas. School is getting $30, and that's all it has. We emptied it at our last unstuffing. Scouts is getting its usual 20. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95. 195. Sadie is getting her usual 10. She has 134 in the bank. And in cash she has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. 129 in cash. Haircuts is getting 20. So we now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So everybody can get a haircut if they want. It's not time for any of them to get a haircut. My husband might disagree. He might want a haircut. For takeout, we are putting in 150, which is $30 more than we were putting in. The summer is coming, and I know we're just going to be spending that a little bit more. Fun is just getting $1, and I think there's only $3 in there now. Because adding $1 at a time really adds up. And then in prescriptions, we're putting in 25. So we now have 20, 40, 60, 70. $70 in prescriptions. Okay. Clothing gets 5. So we are at 5, 10, 15, and 20. Miscellaneous gets 10, and that's all it has. Perfect. That's it for our green binder. For our blue binder, we put $1 in every envelope except for the car registration envelope and the water filter envelope. So each one gets $1, and all of them are at $3. Tax prep has more than 3 because I did have some money left over in here from last year's tax preps. We have 20, 40, 60, 75, 6, 7, and 8. $78 in tax prep. Jason's license gets $1. Right, that's all I put in. Yeah. So it has $300 in the bank. 20, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 345. Vehicle registration, it gets 5, and that's all it has right now. We depleted it, and we owe about, now that the $5 is in there, we owe $78. Scouting fees will get $1. Gaming and tech subscriptions get $1. That is like our Nintendo subscription and our PlayStation subscription and our Google subscription. ID theft gets $1, AAA membership gets $1, and water filter gets 5. So there's all my money. We now have $30. And water filter is for the water filter that's in our refrigerator, and it's about $50-ish every 6 months. All right, our pink binder, birthdays, gets $1. So it is now at $3. Car care gets $5. So we are now at 20, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, and 3. Charlotte Football Club gets 5. So we are now at 30. Family Fun gets $1. That gets nothing. Gifts gets $10, and it's empty right now. We emptied it in our last unstuffing. Health gets $15, and it is also empty because we emptied it in the last unstuffing. HOA gets its usual $40. So we are now at 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 230. Kids Sports gets $5. So there's $30. Pest Control gets $40. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 610. If they don't come by the end of May, if they don't tell me they're coming, I'm gonna have to call them because it's supposed to be a quarterly thing, and I feel like they were supposed to come in April, but I can't remember. All right, summer camp gets 1, and yard work gets 1. All right. Okay, this one is my little savings, and I have 20, 40, 65, and 66. So we are going to color in this half of the shoe. We are so close to $80. We have been doing that one forever. Emergency fund gets $5 in cash. Whoa, everything is coming out. Okay, so we have $1,261 in the bank, and in cash we have 1, 2, 3, 310, 315, 16, 17, and 18. 318 in cash. In our next unstuffing, I will likely move some of that, if not most of that, to the bank. Extra escrow gets $1, and it now has $7. Extra utilities gets $5. So we now have 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75. That we should start using soon because the summer is coming and our electric bill will be high because of the air conditioning. House Projects gets $1, so it's got 7. Jason gets $1, so he now has 10, 15, 16, 17, and $18. Jonas Brothers get $1 for when they come back around on tour. Hopefully, I want them to come back all the time, but hopefully $7 goes, or $1 goes into Myers trips. And anyway, I hope the Jonas Brothers, like, they come back and go on tour, but I want them to wait a little bit so that I have time to save up, because instead of buying 2 tickets this year, I have to buy 4 because my boys decided they wanted to go. All right, so now we just count out this money for, nope, Jason needs his money, so he gets a 10 and 2 5s. Actually, let's look and see if there are any bad 5s in here, because I want the pretty 5s to be in my system. There we go. He can have those. All right, Jason, that's his spending money. He likes it to be in a 10 and 2 5s. And so now we need to do our play and pay money. So each week gets 1 $20 bill, 6 $10 bills, 7 $5 bills, and 10 $1 bills. All right. Let me just count these real quick to make sure that's right. Perfectione. All right, let's find the right binder to throw that into. There we go. All right, and then our Wizarding Wednesday gets 2 20s, 3 5s, and 15 1s. Perfect. And then that goes in the Wizarding Wednesday binder, which I'm actually filming this before I even leave for my trip to New York. When this premieres on YouTube, I will be back from my trip, but it's Memorial Day, and so we are in Columbia, South Carolina with family. So I'm filming this early, and then if you come back tomorrow, if you come back Wednesday, I will have a Wizarding Wednesday and an update. Just hopefully some stories from my mission trip, some pictures I can show you, and all the things. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a great support. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video on Wednesday. Thanks so much. Bye.